Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're doing your week ahead reading, and for your week ahead reading we are using this is the 9th to the 20th to the 15th of September. We're using the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck, beautiful deck by Matt Hughes, okay, for your current self theme of the week, for your key goal, obstacle to overcome for the week, and also major accomplishment for the week. We use the Influence of the Angels Tarot by Jodie Beginski, Barbessi, I think that's how you pronounce it. And also for the what to avoid, what to embrace, and where to find support, we use the Ancestors Path Tarot by Julia Couture-Watts. Brilliant. Angel Answers is your spiritual advice on that particular reading. For your final 20 card reading, 10 cards for work, 10 cards for love, we look at the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti, and advice cards for money and work, Angel of Abundance Oracle cards, advice cards for love, the Romance Angels cards, and also any further spiritual advice, the Answer deck. Okay, enjoy your reading. Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. We're starting off as usual with the weekly check-in reading. Okay, looking at how many areas? 1, 2, 3, 9 areas. Okay, for the week, and then we finish off with looking at your work, straight money, and also your love life for the week. What messages the universe has. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm on screen this week only for part of the reading though, because then we're going to hone down and show you the cards on the desk and do the other readings. Okay. So you'll already know what decks I'm using. If you don't know, go back to the beginning of the reading, guys, and it's there. It shows you the decks that I'm using, okay? So we're going to have a look at who you guys are for the week. Okay, Scorpio, cards are down. Let's have a look at who you guys are for the week. Whoa, you are the five. Oh dear, you're the 5 of coins, I'm afraid. Some of you guys are feeling, I mean, when you're the 5 of coins, you might be financially depleted a little bit with the 5 of coins, because if you're the 5 of coins, there's lack associated with this card. It can also mean illness as well. Ugh, you know, that's the 5 of coins for you. But it also, more than anything, because I kind of generally associate the coins with value, this is lacking value, and some of you guys might be feeling a lack of value this week with the 5 of coins. It is what it is. It is what it is. And as I always say, and I said on last week's reading, Scorpio, you know, I could keep getting these energies through for you guys, because some of you guys are really going through something and you're still carrying over those energies. So what you've got to remember with the tarot, especially these general readings, guys, they're general readings. They're not, you know, not everybody's going to feel this way. Some Scorpios will feel as high as a kite, really happy. And some Scorpios might not feel so good. And so the universe just gives us tarot readers what we're meant to have and what we're meant to kind of convey on a reading. Do you see what I mean? So please, 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 anyone that's watching this, don't take this to heart. If it doesn't, you know, if it doesn't refer to you, Scorpio, then great. You know, just move on. Check out the work reading. Everything's timestamped below, or the love reading. But try not to be so, you know, up in your feelings about this if it doesn't refer to you. And if it does, if you do kind of resonate with this, Scorpio, then I'm sorry, you know, but it is showing that you are the 5 of coins this week. And when you're the 5 of coins, because the 5 of coins indicates financial difficulties, and, you know, this is the card about abandonment. So sometimes we don't feel a part of a group with the 5 of coins energy. Sometimes we're feeling left out with the 5 of coins energy, because this is the card of feeling abandoned by others. It's the card of feeling left out. It's the card of feeling isolated. It's the card of feeling a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-value. It's the card of, it's a poverty consciousness card, is the 5 of coins. So when you are the 5 of coins, you might be literally physically experiencing, you know, the tones off this card. It could be in your finances. Remember, the coins represent physical stuff as well. So this is things like your health as well. Some of you guys might be feeling a little bit run down, energy-wise, health-wise, for example, with the 5 of coins energy. Some of you guys might be feeling left out of a group, for example, or you're feeling shut out by another individual. You're experiencing being shut out by another individual with the 5 of coins. It's all of those connotations that might come with the 5 of coins energy. So you might be feeling like this. And alternatively, you might be the person on this card here, Scorpio, who's helping another individual. Just depends on how you want to kind of take that card, okay? So that's what I'm seeing this week. What's the theme of the week? Oh, justice reversed came up. So justice reversed is basically unfair. It's when you get the justice in the upright, you're getting what you want. But with justice reversed, sometimes this is not getting what you want. This is about the odds not stacking in your favour. So it might be that the theme of and it would go hand in hand with that 5 of coins. Where some of you guys are feeling kind of down, or feeling left out, or feeling a sense of lack. Possibly something hasn't gone in your favour. Possibly something's not going in your favour at the moment. And I really feel that when I look at these cards, Scorpio, this is energy that some of you guys are literally carrying over for the last few weeks. That's the feeling that I'm getting. That's what my intuition is telling me. That this is energy that some of you, you Scorpios have been carrying over for quite a while. Which is why I think that it's coming back onto this reading here. And it might be just kind of in your head. It might be that you're feeling, I don't feel happy, or I don't feel blessed, or I don't feel, I don't feel that I've got my shit together. I don't think I've got any friends, or I feel kind of like I've been deserted with the 5 of coins energy, or I'm just feeling this low energy, this low vibrational energy with the 5 of coins because nothing's going my way with justice in the reverse. I'm not getting the breaks I want. I'm not getting the things I want. That's justice reversed. It's an unfair energy. It's about not being rewarded. It's about not getting what you want. It's about not feeling that you are blessed. Not feeling that you're getting the breaks. Not feeling that you're getting the things that you should, the things that you deserve. It's about being treated unfairly. And some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling left out because you feel that because the week is all about being treated unfairly. That's the justice energy in the reverse showing up there. We're going to hone down on these cards, guys, okay, when we're, as soon as I've finished talking on screen. What is your goal for the week? See, we've got another 5. I think that your goal for the week is really to... Because for me, with the 5 of Cups, I remember this card showed up for Scorpio a good few weeks back, and I had somebody write and say, well, the way that I see the 5 of Cups is that, there's some regret, there's some loss, but it's all about looking behind you and seeing that, you shouldn't be focusing on the negativity, what you need to be focusing. And whilst I agreed with her, she wasn't really getting the gist, because this is the goal. This is the goal for the week. So for me, I agreed with what she was saying, but the way that I would word this is yes. The goal for the week is really because that's how you have to look at a 5 of Cups. But it's acceptance for me with this card when it's a goal. Because she is looking at the 3 of Cups. So this is facing, for me, when I look at the 5 of Cups as a goal, it's about somebody who is facing the disappointment. But then behind them, because they're not seeing the cup behind them. Can you see the angel behind this person here? Can you see that, Scorpio? There's a cup there. There's still an opportunity available for you. There's still opportunities around you. But you're not seeing it. That's the whole point of the 5 of Cups. For me, the goal for the week is really just to accept this energy here. So that you can start anew. Remember with the 5s, they are minor setback cards. So they're where we face the minor challenges, but then after those minor challenges, we can move on. You got 2 5s. Now 5s mean change. Especially if you do any law of attraction stuff. So you got 2 5s in this reading. There are challenging times some of you guys have been facing, but they will change. There's going to be a change. There's going to be a point where that changes for the better. After the storm comes the calm. That's your 5s for you in the tarot. And they're minor cards. So this is just a setback. So the goal for you guys really with this 5 of Cups, I think, for the week is really just to face up to the disappointment that you've had, to accept it, and then to move on with that 5 of Cups energy showing there. What is the obstacle you need to overcome? Things might move slowly with the Knight of Coins, okay? Because when you get Knights in readings, they are movement cards often. Could be a person, yes. Might be for some of you guys, it's a person. Could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, individual, Earth energy. But this could also be saying, you know what? This is going to be a slow process, and it's going to be gradual. And I feel that for some of you guys, the goal being that you want to do the 5 of Cups, Scorpio. Your goal is to do the 5 of Cups. It's to face up to the disappointment and then move on from it. It's to accept the disappointment of a situation with the 5 of Cups, but then move on from it. Your obstacle is remember that this might be just a gradual process. So I get the impression when I look at both cards together, Scorpio, what this is kind of saying to me is that Scorpio really wants to kind of move on from this situation. I think you really, really want to move on from it. I think you're tired of it. I think you're tired of feeling like this. I think you're really tired of it. And I think for you guys, you're kind of like, you know, I'm tired of feeling like this. I really want to just move on from it. I'm tired of feeling down, or I'm tired of feeling sad, or I'm tired of feeling ill, or a lack of this or a lack of that, or I'm tired of feeling like the outcast, or whatever the case might be. And what I want to do is I want to just face up to this. I want to own it. I want to say, yes, this is over. This is, and remember the 3 cups is, and what I notice as well with the 5 of cups, see those 3 cups, it's the 3 of cups downturned. So this could be anything. This could be a friendship is over. And it might be that the goal is to face up to, no matter how heart-wrenching it is to face up to a friendship being over and say, look, you know what, this is over. This is over. Or to face up to the fact I'm not happy, 3 of cups reversed, a lack of happiness. It is to face up to the fact I'm not happy, the friendship is over, or this thing is over, or that thing is over. But you know what? I'm going to move on. The universe is saying be gentle with yourself, Scorpio, because this is a slow process. This is going to be gradual. The universe knows that you want to move on. The universe knows that you want to move out of the situation, Scorpio. But the universe also knows don't rush yourself, because some of you guys really want to rush yourself. And some of you might write to me and say, you know, Carol, this has been going on for a long, long time. This has been going on for ages. You know, ages and ages and ages, and I just want done with it. But the universe is saying in time it will be done. But be gentle with yourself. Just be gentle with yourself. The good thing, Scorpio, with you guys is that you want to be done and dusted and free of the situation here, which is great. It's brilliant, and kudos to you. But at the same time, accept, Scorpio, that everything in its time and place. Knight of Coins, gradual, slow-moving energy. What could you be achieving by the end of the week or going into the subsequent weeks? The Lovers. Okay. Some of you guys, it might be, I'm thinking a couple of things, well, a few things here, but I'll just mention a couple. First of all, some of you guys, it could be new love. Some of you guys, it could be reconciling a difference with someone, especially if with the 5 of Coins you've been feeling, you're experiencing a sense of abandonment, feeling left out, feeling shut out by someone, because the week consists of not being treated fairly by an individual, justice in the reverse. Okay. And you guys, your goal is to accept the situation, accept that maybe something is over or something is done, and move on from it. But it's a slow process. That's the obstacle you need to overcome. This is a slow process. Might be that if you're falling out with someone, if this 5 of Cups that you're looking at is the 3 of Cups in the reverse, and you're falling out of a friendship, and you're looking at that and say, my goal is to accept that this friendship is over, whatever the case might be, and then move on from that. It might be, Scorpio, that what this is saying, well, what you could be achieving maybe with the Lovers is coming back together with this person. Maybe there's a chance for you guys to reconcile and make up in the situation. For some of you guys, it could be new love. For some of you guys, it could be finally the reconciling of the 2 parts of yourself with the Lovers energy, because the Lovers means 2 opposing forces coming together, very, very Temperance-like. Remember, it's a male and a female. They're, you know, they're different. They're different, yet they're together. So this is 2 opposing forces coming together. With the Lovers energy, it's the reconciling of heart and mind. So by the end of the week, you're reconciling heart and mind. You're no longer edging one way or the other. You're kind of bringing both parts together. And in that is acceptance and understanding in itself. Lovely energy showing there. What is it you need to avoid, Scorpio, for the week? The Devil. Okay. I think that this is chaining yourself to this situation. Because the Devil is about chaining, and you know, this is the card that says we don't disconnect, we don't let go, we allowed an external situation to chain us. This is the card of obsessive thinking. You know, it's the card of the soulmate, of the more than likely of the twin flame. It's something that we cannot inextricably let go of or unravel ourselves from, something that holds us back. And I feel that, you know, looking at this card, this reading so far, the fact that some of you guys, your goal is to face up to perhaps, you know, an ending of a situation, to face up to the disappointment of a situation, and then to be able to let go of it and move on with that 5. You need to overcome the obstacle that this is going to be a slow process with the Knight of Coins energy, and you need to therefore avoid the Devil energy. And it's interesting that this card should show up, because I just get the impression that when I look at this reading, this could be about love. It just feels like that to me. But it could be about anything. I feel that you need to avoid... It almost feels to me when I look at this Devil card, it's almost like you need to avoid staying in a situation for material or other reasons other than it makes you happy with this Devil energy. That's what I feel that this is saying. I think that you need to avoid allowing yourself to become a victim as well with the devil energy showing here. You need to avoid allowing yourself to become a victim in the situation. So this is almost with the devil energy saying that there's no way out of this. I'm chained, I'm stuck, because that's the devil energy. So I feel that you need to avoid becoming kind of like a victim and saying, you know, I'm stuck in this, I'm chained to this, because you're doing really well. You know, you're so determined to move on. So determined with this Five of Cups energy being your goal to move on from the situation, because you're determined to accept, well, this is what it is. It's disappointing, but, you know, got to accept it. But I'm going to move on. I am going to move on from this. I'll accept it, but I'm going to move on. I know that there is something better behind me. So therefore, there is freedom in this Five of Cups. There's a beauty, actually, in the Five of Cups when I look at this. A real beauty. And that's why you need to avoid going back to square one with the devil. Because this was you guys. This was you guys. This is you guys in the Five of Coins. Because this is all about not having... not having the breaks or being treated unfairly, you know. So this is you guys. You are this Five of Coins, you know. And the Five of Coins and the, you know, the Devil card together, this is about codependency, codependent relationships, feeling that you are dependent on something. Now, a codependent relationship just doesn't have to be with someone. It can be with anything. It can be, I stay in this job because it pays the bills and I don't think I'm good enough to do anything else. Not just dependency, sorry. No, it can be codependency, but I mean dependency. That's what I meant. You know, dependency can be on anything. And for some of you guys, you are really devaluing yourself with that devil energy showing here and saying, no, actually, I'm stuck in this. There's no way out. I can't move. When in fact, there you guys are, where your goal is, I need to accept that this thing doesn't work anymore. And I'm going to move on. And there is a real confidence in that Five of Cups when we look at that card in that way. A real confidence. Because that's the first stage to healing and moving on, when you can accept something for what it is and you can say, right, accept it. That's it. I'm going to say that's done and I'm going to move on from it. Though the universe is saying the obstacle is you need to overcome, that this is going to be a gradual process. And we commend you, Scorpio, for having that valor. And for having that determination and that self-belief. I accept that this doesn't work and I'm going to move on. You need to, and because there is confidence in that Five of Cups, you need to accept, you need to avoid going back to square one with that devil and saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't, I'm chained here. Because this is taking you back. This is moving you away from the goal of the Five of Cups, back down to the role of victim. Shit, I can't do it, I can't move. I'm not good enough, I just can't do this. You've got to try and avoid that, because that's your victim mentality happening and that's kicking in and that's what's going to set you back. You're already making those, you really are making those leaps and bounds, Scorpio, and you've got to carry on doing it because you're doing really well on that. You really are. Let's have a look at what you need to embrace. The Six of Swords, Six of Wands, sorry. Yeah, that's the Six of Wands. You need to embrace that you have the confidence to move forward with the Six of Wands. And I'm not surprised that this card shows up, because it reminds me of the Chariot. Even though this is the Six of Wands on this deck, it's very Chariot-like. So embrace that you have the power, you have the confidence, you have the ability, you have the skills. And in a way, I just feel like treating it like the Chariot, because it looks like a charioteer. You have the power, you have the will, you have the confidence, you have the determination, you have the motivation to make it with the Six of Wands energy. And also embrace the fact that you've got supporters. People who will support you literally, Scorpio, in this move, in this journey. You will be supported. Really, honestly, you will. You will. You see, the devil gives work for idle hands to do. He really does. He really, I was brought up a Christian, right? And some people think, oh my God, you're a Christian, you do tarot, but this art, and it's really weird, this art that we do with tarot is more than just predicting a future. It's about giving people hope and giving people sustainable, well thought out ideas of how they can progress and move themselves forward. And that's what I love about the tarot. That's what I truly, truly love about the tarot. But sometimes little old Nick wants to get inside the head and he wants you to say, no, you ain't no good. You can't do that. Because it sees, Scorpio, it sees that your goal is to do the Five of Cups. It's to face up to that thing that says, it's to face up to the ending relationship. It's to face up to the fact that something is or has been a disappointment, it's really with this Five of Cups to come out of the phase of the Seven of Cups. Because the Seven of Cups is illusion, and it's where we don't see things clearly. We don't have a Seven of Cups here, so far, but it really is to come out of that illusion and to see things clearly. That's what your Five is here, because this is your goal. It's to say, right, I'm going to stop putting up this illusion of the Seven of Cups and saying, no, everything's going to be fine, and we can work this through, and we can do this, and we can do that. And it's to really say, no, I'm going to face up to this doesn't work anymore. The Three of Cups, this friendship is over, this relationship is over, this happiness is over. And then I'm going to move on. You know, then I'm going to go, I'm going to move on. I'm going to face up to it. Though it's gradual, and it is. So just be kind with yourself. Don't rush yourself, because otherwise, Scorpio, you're in elation, you see. And we don't want you being in elation. We want you to truly accept with this Five of Cups that something is done. And gradually move towards your next stage, your next phase, your next goal. But the devil will be like, we don't want Scorpio feeling good. We don't want Scorpio. Oh, no, can't have that, because, you know, it's much more fun when Scorpio feels like shit. Avoid this. Avoid going back, because you're doing ever so well. Avoid going backwards and saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, because you can. And that's why it's saying, Scorpio, that the Six of Wands, i.e., I see it as the Chariot card. You have the power, you have the control, you have the motivation, you have the willpower to control this situation. There is now time as well. I was just about to treat this still like that. No, I'm not going to, because the Six of Wands isn't necessarily a change of direction, but it's because it looks so Chariot-like. So I want to speak about the Chariot as well. Embrace that now is a time for a change of direction. But you are in control of this. And also embrace that you have supporters behind you. If you need support, where can you go? You've got Justice. Oh my God. You've got it in the upright now. But you can go to Justice. This is somebody who can give you some fairly kind of unbiased advice. Maybe there's something to do with a court or a legal person, maybe. So for some of you guys, it could be go to a legal person. Justice is the legal card of the tarot. So if this is legally orientated, and as I always say with my readings, I always try and leave room for the client to interpret on a general reading for themselves. Maybe this is something legal that we're talking about. Go to Justice. Go to the courts, go to the solicitor, you know, go to the lawyer, go to the barrister, whoever it is. If it's something to do with the legal situation, go there and get advice. Or go to somebody who can just give you an unbiased point of view with the Justice energy. But this will be somebody who is mentally balanced and is able to give you a point of view from the left and also from the right. This is somebody who's able to give you the different perspectives, but they're both balanced and they're both, you know, they're both fair. Interesting, you had Justice in the upright there. And what's the spiritual advice for the week, Scorpio? It says no. Let's get another card on that. It says say no to something here. I want to say, what is it that you mean by no? Wow, that card was just on its own, no. What do you mean by no, universe? What do you mean by no? Well, are you saying the spiritual advice is no for Scorpio? What do you mean in 1 to 2 cards? It says in the near future, it's unlikely that there's going to be a peaceful resolution to the situation. So I'm afraid it's saying whatever this is, you've got to stand by your guns, because this might be it. This might be a person who's trying to keep you chained. Do you see what I mean? It's interesting reading, and I know that my readings take a while and they're quite long, but I'm not somebody who does readings by halves. I don't do readings by half on my client private readings, and I don't do it by halves on general readings. I just don't, because I love what I do so much that I just let the reading run for however long it's meant to run for. This is you guys in your goal. I'm going to accept a situation and then I'm going to move on. There is a Knight of Coins here. Maybe this is a person potentially, somebody who is committed, loyal, whatever it is. But I think that this is more saying that the obstacle you need to overcome is that even though you're confident now to move on, I certainly feel that this is going to be a gradual process. By the end of the week or in the subsequent week, there could be some form of a reconciliation here, an understanding of one another if it's a love situation. But I do feel that the universe saying the spiritual advice is saying no, Somebody's asking something off you, and it might be this person. What you need to avoid is this person that wants to keep you chained. So there might be a person who wants to keep you chained, and the universe might be saying to you, Scorpio, say no. Because in the near future, it's unlikely that there's going to be a peaceful resolution to the situation. So just say no. I think that you've got to stick to your guns, Scorpio, on a situation here. I think you've made a decision. You have been treated unfairly in one way or another, and it hasn't made you feel very good. And I feel that at the end of the day, this being the case, Scorpio, it's really saying just say no. Because in the near future, it's very, very unlikely that you're going to have a peaceful resolution on the situation. So just say no. I think that what this is saying is that you actually deserve better, Scorpio. That's what I'm getting from this reading. All right. I'm going to hone down now on the card. Okay, guys. So we wanted to just quickly take a look at this reading again before we finish off on this part. So you get to see the cards on the actual desk, Scorpio, before we do the work and the love reading. So here are your spiritual cards as well. We'll get those out in a moment. So for the week, Scorpio, what we were getting is that you guys are experiencing, you are the Five of Coins. Perhaps you're feeling left out. Perhaps you're feeling unloved. Perhaps you're feeling abandoned, or you're feeling shut out by someone here with the Five of Coins. Could also be financially. Maybe there are problems here. Justice in the reverse. Maybe you don't win a case. Maybe you don't get some compensation, something like that with justice in the reverse. But also I think that mainly, you know, this is about feeling shut out and feeling kind of like you're not a part of someone or something with the Five of Coins energy. Feeling a lack of value with the Five of Coins energy, because the week is all about, for some of you guys, and it might not be that it's physically happening, but it might simply be that you guys have been treated unfairly by an individual, showing here with the justice, because the justice energy reversed means to be treated unfairly. Okay, it means that you're not getting those rewards, or you're being treated unfairly by others, or, you know, something doesn't come through for you that should do. Okay, so that's basically you in the situation. Now your goal is the Five of Cups, to take a look at the situation, accept it for what it is. If something is over, it's over. If there's, you know, if there's a disappointment that you've got to face up to, you're facing up to it with the Five of Cups, and you're saying, I'm going to face up to this, and then I'm going to move on. Because there's better things behind me. The Knight of Coins is what you need to understand. Okay, you need to overcome the obstacle, the Knight of Coins. It's a process, all right? So whilst you are standing confident here and you're determined to move on with that Five of Cups, take one last look, accept it for what it is, and then move on. You need to also overcome the obstacle that this is a gradual process, and you're not going to be cured, and you're not going to be feeling great about everything overnight. So just accept that and be gentle with yourself. By the end of the week, though, or going into the subsequent week, Scorpio, you could be achieving the Lovers, a reconciliation of the situation, okay? A balancing of heart and mind for some of you guys. So the understanding, the acceptance with the Lovers, or maybe if this is a love reading, maybe finally you're reconciling with the person and everything's hunky-dory again. But you need to avoid the devil. This is either kind of somebody around you who's being manipulative, especially with those spiritual cards showing there. So maybe you need to avoid somebody who's trying to hold you back with that devil energy. We can see that you want to move on here, but maybe there's somebody trying to hold you back. Or maybe this is your own negative thought pattern saying, you know what, I'm going to move on, but oh my God, there are certain things I've got to stay. I can't do this. I'm trapped. I'm, I don't have the freedom. This is all negative self-talk, and the devil gives work for idle hands to do. So just be careful that and avoid, when you want to move on here with the Five of Cups, that you're not going to hold yourself back. Either somebody holding you back, or you're not holding yourself back with that devil energy there with the negative self-talk. Embrace the Six of Wands, that you are victorious, that you are achieving a lot here with the Six of Wands energy, that you're able to move on with the Six of Wands, that you have control, you've got the willpower, you've got the motivation, you've got the determination, and also people are recognizing you as being something amazing. Also with the Six of Wands, just recognize as well with this card that people do support you. So you have supporters, you have people that love you, and you have people that care for you, and you have people that are kind of spurring you on, and people believe in you. So every time you go to that devil mode and say, I can't do this and I can't do that, I'm not good enough and blah, 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 you've got people who will support you and help you, and people who are willing you to do really well with this Six of Wands energy. And finally, if you need advice, go to justice. If this is a legal situation for you, Scorpio, go to somebody who deals within the law. because they will be able to give you a very straight to the point, very clear and unbiased opinion. If this is a friend, go to somebody who's not going to pander to your every whim, and also who isn't going to kind of prey on the negative, but somebody who is going to be completely kind of clinical and balanced and fair in their assessment of the situation from both sides. And finally, the advice from the universe is no, because in the near future it's unlikely that there's going to be a peaceful resolution. So it could be that somebody here is trying to hold you back with this devil energy, and you need to avoid this individual if it's an individual, and just say no to whatever they're trying to do, because it's unlikely in the future you're going to have a peaceful resolution. So you really have to just focus on what it is that you believe in and what it is that you want to do going forward, because it's unlikely in the future you're going to get what you want from, if it's a person, from this individual anyway. Okay, let's get down to your work reading. Bear with me. Okay, Scorps, let's have a look for work. What's the first card showing up here? So the Seven of Swords. What I'm getting here with the Seven of Swords is an escape. Often the Seven of Swords for me is all about strategizing when it comes to it. Sometimes you can be dealing with a dodgy person in the workplace with the Seven of Swords. Sometimes this is somebody who's very underhanded, especially when you get cards like the Magician. Magician is somebody who's a spin doctor. They communicate in very kind of, over the top tones. They're very kind of, devil may care with their language, and they get you to believe all sorts of things. And with the Seven of Swords, this is somebody who can be quite underhanded and somebody who has probably a hidden agenda for it. But this can also be the card of strategizing and putting plans into action. Sometimes this is the card of escape as well with the Seven of Swords energy. I get the impression that some of you guys are wanting to escape a Hierophant. The Hierophant is an establishment. So the Hierophant card, when it comes to work, is your 9-to-5 jobs. It's your white collar jobs. It's the jobs that kind of you clock in, you clock out. There are lots of rules and regulations when it comes to the Hierophant, when it comes to work. You're having to adhere and toe the line and pay attention and, to people's rules and regulations, and you have to assimilate and adhere to a certain way of working and a certain way of being and all the rest of it. There's no room here within a Hierophant for the Maverick, and I feel with the Seven of Swords there's a need for some of you guys to escape the Hierophant. It looks to me like some of you guys are working probably with an environment that is a little bit too controlling and a little bit too full on, which the Hierophant can be a very controlling energy within the tarot. The Knight of Swords, and I've got two cards indicating the need to escape. The Knight of Swords is an exit card and the Seven of Swords is an escape card. So there's two cards clearly indicating, sitting either side of the Hierophant, the need to escape this energy. And I think that because these cards show up this week, there is a real strong feeling that you guys need to escape that, being in such a controlling environment with this Hierophant showing here. And I'm seeing lots of clashes here with the Five of Wands energy showing up here. But also this kind of exit might be a little bit blocked as well, because the Five of Wands can indicate a block and a setback. So what I'm getting here is the need to escape. And also this can be a person as well, the Knight of Swords. This could be somebody who's quite aggressive. So for some of you guys, it might be this week, the need to escape a very controlling environment here. Perhaps there's maybe a very aggressive individual here. Maybe there's lots of conflict with an aggressive individual here. A very forceful individual is the Knight of Swords. But also these two cards can indicate the need to escape and exit, perhaps maybe some problems that you're dealing with that Five of Wands energy within a very controlling environment of the Hierophant energy showing there. You've also got a Knight of Coins. Two knights can often indicate conflict. Okay, so this can be conflict and the non-resolution of a situation showing up here. I wanted to have a look at something, but I don't think I've got the book with me. It's a brilliant book I've just bought on tarot as well. But two knights can actually indicate a problem and a difficulty in sorting out and remedy and finding a resolution to a situation. So I think with the two knights in the reading as well, it's saying that maybe there's going to be an issue in trying to resolve a situation here within the workplace, and there is a need for you guys to escape. And we've got a problem here with the Five of Wands. Two knights in a reading, often this is the difficulty in resolution, in resolving a situation. So I think that there's probably going to be difficulty in resolving this situation, especially with that Five of Wands. It looks like a very kind of entangled situation, difficulty resolving it, and you guys wanting to escape this controlling environment that you're in because of that. Nine of Wands. However, some of you guys, and I feel that some of you guys are really tired. You're literally on your last legs here with this Nine of Wands energy, Scorpio. I'm just seeing you on your last legs with that Nine of Wands energy, and you are, you know, and you've got the Queen of Cups sitting here as well. So I feel that you're very close maybe to getting some help here, asking for help with the Queen of Cups energy, because she's a helper. She's somebody who is a healer. She's somebody who's very sensitive, very understanding. So I think, Scorpio, some of you guys are very close to getting some help with this Queen of Cups energy showing here. Getting some help from, and you know, you've got two queens. Now, two queens in a reading can also show conflict, especially when it's for a female sitter. So I'm seeing conflict with the two. I'm hoping we've got a third queen in this area here, because when you've got 3 or 4 queens, it shows supportive female energy around the client. So I'm hoping we're not going to remain at, because I just feel that if this is the case, you're on your last legs. There's conflict here with the two queens, and conflict here, situations that are not easily resolved with that King of Swords, with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Coins. Let's have a look at the next one. It just feels very challenging here. 7 of Wands energy. However, this is going to be resolved. I feel that this is you guys taking charge with the 7 of Wands, and I actually feel that this is going to be healed with the Star. So any challenges, I think, are going to be healed with the Star energy. It's interesting because 2 queens within a reading can mean conflict. So where is the healing coming from? Because I'm seeing healing of the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands are very similar cards when they talk about clashes. This person's having to deal with, you know, people wagging their finger. Challenges with others in the workplace. Sometimes this can be about taking control, though, of the situation. But this is healing with the Star. And if you look here, can you see where the wand is? Can you see how that wand virtually hits off the page? Can you see how it strikes towards the Star? It almost feels it almost feels like you're forcing some form of exposition of this, an exposure, because the Star card is not just about healing, it's about something being exposed. Can you see how the wand literally, Scorpio, comes off the page? Can you see that? Look at that. Comes off the page, it's literally hitting into the Star. So this, I don't think is healing. I think that this is a forced exposure. I think something is being exposed here. I think that you're going to force this to be exposed. Some of you guys are literally going to force something to be, because what I'm seeing here and what I'm feeling from that 7 of Wands is there is a force here. You're forcing this thing to be opened up. Okay, I feel definitely here for work. We're seeing this week definitely a need to escape from this Hierophant, a very controlling environment. Okay. I'm seeing there's a problem here, 5 of Wands energy. There's some conflict, and I don't think it's been easily resolved with the 2 knights sitting in the reading. And also there seems to be a lot of conflict maybe with females within the work, within the job here. And I think some of you guys are really on your last legs and you're really getting tired of it. Some of you guys might be forcing something to be exposed this week. You might be forcing some form of awareness to be opened up, because this is exposure. Stars can stand for vulnerability, but also things being exposed. And literally looking at that wand, can you see how it's looking like it's about to hit on into that star? It's almost like you're going to force something to be exposed, because I feel that you've got, perhaps for some of you guys, this is conflict with females, but it's not so easily resolved because you've got the 2 knights showing here. Okay. I also feel for some of you guys, when I look at this reading, that your goals with this, it almost feels like your goals with the Knight of Swords energy, it's being slowed down by that coin card, the Knight of Coins. And it might be that there are clashes, and that maybe there is some frustration with the 5 of Wands energy showing here, Scorpio, because it's almost like your goals, your determination, your motivation is being slowed down with the Knight of Coins energy. And it might be that your ambitions and your goals with the Knight of Swords might be slowed down with that Knight of Coins, because you've got 2 jealous individuals, or you've got jealous individuals around you. 2 queens in a reading means enemies. So perhaps you're being slowed down by people or by females here, and I just get the impression that you want to escape this controlling kind of this very controlling environment, and you're on your last legs with that 9 of Wands. I feel, Scorpio, I just feel some of you guys are like, I've really had enough of this. I can't move forward because I'm always being slowed down with the Knight of Coins by these people who are holding me back, because some of you guys are literally being held back here. Okay, and I think that some of you guys might force this to be opened up. You might have to force this issue to be exposed, or you might have to force something to be looked at, or that type of thing. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for work. Let's get on to your love reading. Bear with me. Okay, Scorpio, your love reading now. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. King of Cups. I don't believe that this is you. I believe this is somebody else. So this could be a fellow water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian, male or female. Somebody could be opening their heart to you. King of Cups energy showing up. Oh, this is lovely. The Empress energy showing here. So the Empress is all about shared romance. It's about a connection between two people. Two people who are flourishing and nurturing their relationship. So I see you nurturing and flourishing your relationship with the King of Cups energy. I don't think this is you, even though it's your... Usually this can rule a Scorpio. So some of you guys might be opening your heart to an Empress energy showing up here. Somebody that you're in love with. I'm seeing real love here. It's really nice. And it feels very conducive and very kind of on the same level with both cards. Let's have a look at the next one. However, we do have a Three of Swords. Some heartbreak and pain showing here with the Three of Swords energy showing up here. Knight of Coins. So I get the impression that there might be, with this Three of Swords energy, a third party situation with another individual showing. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual. Even though I think you're in love with someone here, Scorpio, I am seeing with the Three of Swords a third party. This is the Knight of Coins sitting here. Okay, yeah, and the Seven of Swords as well. So the Seven of Swords is basically deceiving. I think some of you Scorpios possibly could be doing the deceiving, or somebody is doing it behind your back. Because the Seven of Swords is messing around. This is underhanded. And the Three of Swords, and you've got that Knight sitting there. Usually if you get the Three of Swords and maybe another individual, another court card sitting, that can indicate a third party. So I'm seeing a third party here, some deception here, third party happening here. I think you're in love with someone though, Scorpio, but there's a third party showing up here, I think. And there's no speech about that. This is all very cloak and dagger energy showing. And we've got a Queen of Coins here as well. What the hell is going on? So many court cards. Okay. We can't, I don't read, if there's too many court cards. I mean, if you get a lot of court cards, 1, 2 and 3, it means there's many people involved in the situation. So there's a lot of people involved in this situation. Queen of Coins. Oh my God. King of Coins. Okay. Queen and King of Coins are soulmates. I think that you're in love with... I don't think that these are people. I feel that, Scorpio, you're in love with your partner. This King of Cups and the Empress energy. I think that you have a very loving, nurturing relationship with the partner. And I feel that you're soulmates. And I think you do, to a certain extent, share the same values. Because the King of Coins and the Queen of Coins in a reading, and remember, they're sitting side by side, they share the same values. So I feel that you and a partner, Scorpio, you have a really loving relationship. I think that you're soulmates, because King of Queen in a reading means soulmates. I think you share the same values. But the problem is there's a third party here. It might be that there's just a third party skulking around. So this Knight of Coins might just be skulking around. I get the impression actually that there's somebody skulking around in the shadows. I don't actually think you've done anything, Scorpio, to be honest. It just feels like there's somebody around that maybe you've got some form of affinity to. Page of Swords. So this is messages. Okay, this is also arguments as well. With that Three of Swords, lots of heartbreak, lots of disappointment, lots of problems. There's arguments here, the Page of Swords energy possibly showing up here. Possibly arguments about money, Five of Coins. Sometimes the argument with the Five of Coins can be feeling abandoned as well, with the Five of Coins energy showing up here. Oh, that card again, the Nine of Wands. Some of you guys, I feel, in a relationship or on your last legs for some reason. I think that what I'm getting here, Scorpio, is that with this King of Cups and Empress, this is a really loving relationship. Usually when you get that combination, this is a marriage, this is a really loving relationship, this is a relationship between two people, whether it's a soulmate energy, you're really connected together with this Empress and the King. They're just beautiful energies together for love. So I get the impression that you and your partner are very much in love, Scorpio, and you are soulmates. Queen of Coins, King of Coins indicates a soulmate relationship, one in which you share the same values as the partner. So I'm seeing in these four cards a relationship, one in which you really do share the same values. However, I am seeing problems, okay, with the Three of Swords energy. I think number one, Three of Swords, the problem might be there's a third party. There's somebody else in the wings. He looks like he's waiting in the wings. I don't think there's any cheating going on, but I certainly feel that there is somebody else in the frame with the Seven of Swords, and they're skulking around the corner. If you look at them, they're skulking around the corner. They're just waiting for their moment to enter into the situation. I do feel the other thing is that there are arguments here. There are probably arguments. It could be about money with the Five of Coins energy. It could be that there are arguments within the relationship as well, that one of you feels slightly abandoned or shut out, even though there's a lot of love here and you do share the same values up to a certain point. I really do believe you have a lovely relationship most of the time with this individual, Scorpio. I do feel that there may be some little arguments here. Page of Swords shows arguments, okay, often. There's arguments showing up here about money, Five of Coins, but also about one of you feeling that you're being kind of left out a little bit of the relationship. And I think that one of you is getting really tired. So it could either be you, Scorpio, or the partner. One of you is getting really tired of feeling left out with the Nine of Wands. Sorry, with the Five of Coins energy of a relationship, but also getting really tired. Maybe finances are putting a little bit of a toll on the relationship here. Also, I feel that this Knight of Coins, whoever this person is, has been spying on you, Scorpio. Page of Swords and that Seven of Swords. They've been skulking around. I think somebody's been skulking around. They've been spying on you online, probably looking at your Facebook, looking at your status. So I'm definitely getting somebody else in the frame that's very interested in you, Scorpio, more than likely. And I think that this person has been, it's either that this person's been this Knight of Coins has been skulking around on you, or you, whether you're the King of Cups or the Empress, have been skulking around on this Knight of Coins. But I definitely see a fascination and an interest here in another individual. But I just feel that this interest is probably more about, it comes as a result of the problems that some of you guys have probably experienced with money in a relationship or feeling slightly left out. Even though you've got this beautiful energy, and you're definitely soulmates with whoever you're with, Scorpio, because you're showing us the King of Cups and the Empress relationship. So this is a really beautiful relationship. I read these two cards as a beautiful relationship between two people. Marriage, long-term, there's a lot of care and a lot of love and a lot of nurturing here. There's soulmate energy, there's sharing of values energy here. I do get, though, that there are arguments over money, and it might be because of that. Or there are arguments because one of you feels slightly abandoned. Maybe one of you works too much, for example, and one of you stays at home. Maybe one of you is at home, one of you works a little bit too much as well. But I'm getting, you're getting tired of this. So it might be you, Scorpio, who's skulking around online looking at this Knight of Coins, or this Knight of Coins is skulking around online looking at you. All right, but what I'm getting here is that, you know, there are problems in the relationship. There's a third party skulking around. I don't think anything's been done here. Might have been, but I just don't get the vibe that kind of you've gone the whole way with this person. It's more about, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's more speculation that I'm getting with these two cards, because they're both air, and the Page of Swords is the investigator. He skulks around online, and this person does it underneath the radar in the shadows. So I get the impression that this is more about speculation. You guys are speculating someone, or somebody speculating you online. But I think if you're doing that, Scorpio, a lot of it will be because you're having arguments about money, or you're having arguments because you feel abandoned by the partner, and you're getting a little bit sick and tired of it. But maybe there's a way to work that out. I don't think it doesn't look like it's gone like really bad, but you love the partner that you're with, but you're starting to get kind of distracted because of things happening within the relationship. Let's have a look at what the advice is for love from the universe in one card. Just give me any advice you have. Any further advice for love for Scorpio? Any further advice for Scorpio for love? Right, it's telling you to free yourself, though. It's time to take back control of your life. You don't necessarily have to free yourself from the relationship, but you certainly have to take back control of your life. Okay? Because especially if one of you, Scorpio, is at home and the other one is at work quite a bit, you share the same family values. You both want to have strong, stable, loving relationships, and you both want to have a materialistically comfortable life. But maybe one of you works so much for that, and maybe one of you is at home. Maybe if this is the case, you need to stop focusing so much on the partner to give you your happiness, and go and kind of find your happiness for yourself. Let's have a look at what the advice is work and money orientated. What's the advice you have for Scorpio work and money orientated as well going forward? Unlimited ideas. So your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action, to allow these ideas to come to fruition. And finally, Scorpio, we're just going to get, I forgot to get my answer deck, which I really like to use on these readings. Just bear with me 1 second. If I can find this deck. Is that it? Okay, sorry about that, guys. I completely forgot to get I like using this answer deck, you see. I really like using it. So, let's have a look at just 3 cards. Universe Spirit, give me 3 cards for Scorpio, please. Just give me 3 cards for Scorpio. The advice for the week, 9th to the 15th of September for Scorpio. Show me 3 cards. Right, it's talking about loss, unfortunately. I don't know why these cards come up for you guys. But loss of vulnerability, or does loss make you vulnerable? Loss makes you vulnerable to secrets for some reason. So we've got loss, vulnerability, and secrets. This looks like gossip to me. It looks like something that you lose may make you vulnerable to gossip. It looks like something happens and it's making you vulnerable to gossip. So just keep a mind on that. But I'm just going to ask for something good. Is there something good that you can tell Scorpio for the week? Is there something good that you can tell Scorpio for the week in 2 to 3 cards? It says the truth. Okay. Stop, look, and listen. So it says in order to gain the truth, you need to stop, look, and listen. Okay. Maybe you need to give forgiveness or pray. It looks like pray for forgiveness. It says in order to gain the truth, you need to stop, look, and listen. Maybe pray for forgiveness here. Something like that. Alright, that's your reading for the week, guys. If you'd like a private reading, the link to my website is below. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe and have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.